Alright, welcome to the first video, and in this video I'm going to show you how to find a niche. Now, before I get started, it's important to know that there are kind of two ways you can go about using our system. You can do a churn and burn method, or you can build a more sustainable business. Because you're going to be getting a lot of leads pretty quickly into your funnel, it is possible to kind of just hammer out hard sell promotion after promotion. The disadvantage to that is that you're going to burn your list out pretty quickly. So that is kind of going after a quick buck, which is, I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying it's wrong. If that's what you're after, then that's something you can definitely look at. The second way to go about this is to build a more sustainable income, right? Build a relationship with your subscribers and sell them multiple products. This by far for me is my favorite way to do it, just because it turns into more of a passive income. Once you've got your autoresponder sequence mapped out, it's just a case of adding traffic and adding more subscribers every day. Okay, so to get started, I like to start at the back. I like to start at looking how I'm going to monetize my list, because for me, that's the most important part here. Obviously, we want to make money out of this. We're not doing this for fun or for charity. We're doing this to make money and build a business. And we're also doing this to, promote high quality products that are going to enrich people's lives. It's important to get out there and to help people, and don't just promote rubbish. Get real products that really do help people. Right, the first place I always look is ClickBank. So essentially what I'm doing is I'm going to go through three different monetization sort of ideas, and I quite like to find a niche that has products in all three. I'm looking for digital products if I can, physical products, and CPA offers. Okay, so the more kind of avenues you can find, revenue streams you can find, the better, because essentially you are going to kind of be able to promote a whole variety of products to your subscribers, and at least one of those is going to tickle your subscribers' fancy, and you're going to start making consistent sales through all three channels. Okay, so the first thing we do is ClickBank. I'm sure you've all seen this before. I'm just going to go to the marketplace quickly, and we are going to scroll down and look at the left-hand side menu. Now, while we are researching the niche, I want you to kind of put what you might have learned about Facebook advertising and Facebook campaigns just in the back of your mind, okay? Because we're not going after dog pages. We are not, doing gun pages. We're not doing anything like that. We are kind of really going after sort of serious niches here, and that's the way the strategy works best. Okay, so just out of all of these, one that kind of jumps out at me, and it's actually something I've been thinking about for a while, is green products. Okay, so this is a hot niche at the moment, or hot market. People are A, looking for ways to save the environment, but B, they're also looking for ways to save money, right? So you've got a couple of very cool angles that you can work with here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sort this by gravity. I don't really pay too much attention to it, but I just want to see, there are some high gravity products here. And I just want to see that they are selling. Okay, so I know Earth for Energy. It's been around for ages. I know they do pretty well. And if I scroll down, there's this Nikola Tesla secret. There are a lot of products here, which is very, very cool. Even something like this, top selling guide, reconditioningbattery.com. That is something that, if you build a list that is conscious in saving money and saving energy and saving the world, I guess, this is something that will sell really well to them. Okay, so this is looking very good. All right, I mean, it's important to use your common sense as well when it comes to niche research. All right, so deep down inside, you've got to kind of dig out whether this niche sells, whether products in this niche sells, whether people are willing to spend money on these types of products. And with all the awareness around at the moment, we know that the green niche is a hot niche. Recycling companies, for example, make a fortune out of this kind of stuff. Okay, so this ticks the one box. I'm happy with this. There are multiple info products in this niche, which are quite nice. to sell. They're easy to sell. But what I really like about info products is the commission is generally higher than some of the physical products, unless of course you're selling, $4,000 or $5,000 solar panels, which would be great, and you get 5 to 10% or whatever it is. But in general, you're selling smaller products where you're getting 5 or 10%, and your profit margin isn't that great. Whereas if you're selling info products for 27, 37, 47, because it's a PDF, the vendors can offer you 75% or whatever it is. So your profit margin is quite high. Okay, so I like to start off with an info product in my campaign, in my list building campaign. So for this one, I would probably choose one of these top two. I might do the Nikola Tesla secret, only because I know this has been around a long time, and I know a lot of people would have seen Earth for Energy. What I like about this as well is it's a written sales letter. The problem with video sales letters, especially with list building, is that if you send people, you send your subscribers to the same video multiple times, they get a little bit annoyed with you because they've watched it and they have to wait half an hour for the buy button to appear, right? So I'll have a quick look at Earth for Energy and see what they're doing. And I do think that this is a video. Yeah, so this is a video right here. Okay, I like it that they've got the add to cart button at the bottom. That's pretty cool. And I've no doubt that this converts. But if I was going for this, I would stick with this particular product. Okay, so the Tesla product. Right, so once you've established a info product revenue stream, I hate these things, you're going to then go to Amazon. Okay, and what we're going to do is look at physical products. You can also use Amazon to get niche ideas if you wanted to. What you can do is just click on the All button, go to Books, click Go. Right, and it'll give you all these categories, and then these are kind of like markets, right? And you can go into that market, and you can pick out, little niches within that market. I just want to talk about something else here, the bigger picture. If you publish Kindle books or anything like that, make sure that the niche you're going into does have Kindle books, because you can use what you're about to learn in this course as a great way to launch your Kindle books. You can build a list and then do a launch to your list. You can get your rank up and get quite a lot of reviews right away using this sort of system. Okay, so just keep that in mind if that's something you're interested in. But let me go back to Amazon.com. Okay, and what I'm going to look for is Go Green and see what comes up. Now, this niche is, okay, we've got stockings. This niche is huge, right? So what I've typed in there, Go Green, is just sort of like the overall market. I could say something like solar and see what comes up, right? So solar panels, all of these kinds of things are products. I mean, look at this. Okay, this is $1.99. All of these kinds of things are products that your list in this niche will buy from you. Okay, so even if you don't make enough money from the info product that you're going to be selling, you've always got a backup with actual physical products. Amazon has a seriously high conversion rate, and the way it's quite funny how it works sometimes is what you're trying to sell to your list, you don't sell, but you end up selling a heap of other products, because someone comes and looks at one of these solar products and they're like, oh, maybe not today. And then they remember, oh, I wanted to buy this, and then they go buy it, and you get the sale. Okay, so I really do like Amazon products. I don't like their commission, but I do really like their conversion rates. Okay, people trust Amazon. This is a huge brand, and if you can plug a few reviews of physical products into your autoresponder sequence, you'll do very, very well. All right. Okay, so after Amazon, I like to go to Commission Junction, which is cj.com. All right. And then I like to go and click on get links. All right. And it brings up a huge list of different markets. And within these markets, there are hundreds of thousands of products being sold by thousands of different companies. Okay. So there are heaps and heaps of products that you can easily find and become a affiliate of and actually sell. Okay, so what I'll do here is I'll type in something like solar again. Okay, and it brings up a series of companies here that I can then go and look at their products and then apply to be an affiliate to sell them. All right, so there's lots of stuff here. There are lots of products in this niche to sell. This is a very good niche. I'm not worried about competition or anything like that because we're not doing any SEO. We're not doing anything to do with Google. Competition is a good thing, okay, because it tells us that things are selling in this niche. Right, so once I've established that we have a info product, there's a series of info products there. I just wanted to say something about the info products. I mean, you could even do something like chicken coops. You know what I mean? Like you could do alternative energy. I just want to see. Let me get out of this category. But I know there are lots of products about woodworking, chicken DIY. I think it's under. Home and garden. Okay. Ted's woodworking plans. That kind of falls under this category, right? You could do a campaign there. You can earn up to $125 a sale. So, I mean, you could write a series of 3 or 4 autoresponders, telling people why they need to learn how to do woodworking, or they can build their own whatever it is. My shed plans, dog food secrets, aquaponics for you. I mean, that could almost fall under this. You growing your own food. This could definitely fall under this. So if we're talking about Go Green, you can actually put your own spin on these products, and you can educate people why building their own sheds and doing all that kind of stuff is good for green living. Okay, if that makes sense. Why using aquaponics to grow your own food is good for green living. Okay, so it doesn't have to be straight down the line saving money on electricity, water filters, solar panels, all that kind of stuff. It can be, you can think laterally and kind of expand this business. Right. So the last thing I like to do when I'm searching for a niche is go to a site called offervault.com. And these guys have, thousands, probably hundreds of thousands of CPA offers. And I really do like CPA offers just because you generally can get paid by the lead. So the person doesn't even have to whip out their credit card, and they are pretty fun to just kind of sprinkle into your autoresponder sequence, and just keeps on adding money back into your campaign. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. I don't know what's going to happen. Let's try Go Green. Other ones would be sustainable living, anything to do with solar. I knew this would come out. These green bean coffee things are huge. Food storage containers, yep, that could be a quick lawn. I don't know if we will probably be promoting. Okay, let me try something like solar, energy saving, all of that kind of stuff. Solar quote provider. These guys pay $22.44 for a lead. Okay, I don't know if I can see this in Australia. Let's just take a look. So taking a look here, there's the full landing page. I might get redirected because I am. Okay, these guys seem to be in the UK, but you kind of get the idea here. So someone's going to fill this form out. They give you a quick call. I'm not too sure how far down these 3 steps people have to go for you to get paid. I would think getting to step 3 or actually getting a call and getting a quote. But you're going to get paid $24 or whatever it was for someone just to fill this form out, right? And for these guys to follow up with them. That's pretty good money. That's really, really good money. And it's a lot easier than selling something to them in a way, because this is all free, right? And then they're gonna hopefully buy something from these guys, and we get paid per lead. So this looks very, very promising. In fact, I might remember this for a little bit later. But there should be other ones. You know, we can go more solar panel stuff. Solar Savings America, $8 a lead. That looks awesome as well. We'll have a quick look at that. And here is the landing page. So sometimes when these guys are paying out $24, $25 a lead, they actually need to kind of get a quote and sometimes even buy. Again, that's a good start. And sometimes even buy from them. But when you have products that have, you know, a smaller cost per lead, generally what the person has to do in order for you to get paid is quite minimal. Okay, they just have to kind of fill out a form, and you get paid per lead. So I can just see this preview of this particular offer, and it looks pretty standard, looks pretty easy, right? So that is it for niche research. Now, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to shoot me an email or drop a comment below this video, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Remember, when you are selecting a niche, you need a niche that's got legs. Okay, we need lots of products to sell in it, especially if you are going to think of this as a long-term business model, which I urge you to do, because if you select a nice big market with a lot of products, you can then sort of sell products until the cows come up. You know, you can drive traffic straight into your funnel, and let your autoresponder sequence do the selling. Okay, so that's it for this video. We'll see you at the next one. Okay, cheers.